7 months ago, I quit my full-time job in Dubai to start day trading full-time. So I came to Dubai when I was 19. I came here to do real estate. I was dabbling in day trading, losing money, making money, but not taking it that seriously. Then coming out here to Dubai, I had a commission-only role in real estate, and I had to try and make it work out here in Dubai. So I grinded, and these 4 years were the hardest 4 years with the most pressure. It was 24/7 grinding, working, and trying to make things work. And I had the added pressure of no salary. There's no salary in Dubai real estate. It's purely commission only. But I still wanted to learn how to day trade. You saw the videos online, you saw people living this lifestyle, and I wanted that for myself. But the only thing I knew what to do was sell property. The first two years of me doing real estate in Dubai, the first 2 years of me starting to day trade, and both of these ways of getting money are ways where you don't have a base salary and you don't have any protection, and you can go months earning no money and losing money. So I was trying to learn to day trade whilst being on commission only, where I didn't know when I was going to get paid the next time, plus learning to day trade and knowing that I'm going to lose a lot of money. And I did lose a lot of money. And I went through years of buying 100K accounts when I got a new commission check, spending that $500, losing it straight away, putting more money in, losing it straight away, building up a live account, losing it after a week. And I went through this cycle again and again and again, and it felt like I was getting absolutely nowhere. I watched the videos, I had a strategy, I backtested strategy, it worked on demo, but I couldn't pass prop firm accounts, and I couldn't keep a live account longer than a couple of weeks. And then I blew it all. And the pressure was insane because the money that I earned from real estate, which should have gone to my bills and my rent, I was putting into trading. I was losing that money, and then I was ending the months with nothing, with negative, with tens of thousands of pounds in the UK of credit card debt, and debt out here in Dubai as well. But I knew one thing, and it's one thing that has always made me achieve exactly what I wanted to achieve, and that is getting too far in. I was too deep into trading at this point. I've lost too much money to give up, to quit. How could I've spent $10,000 on trading at this point, 2 years in. I've earned nothing from it. Am I going to sit there and say to myself, right, that was a waste of $10,000. I'm going to give up. I'm just going to try real estate, keep going, and do that for the rest of my life, which I knew I didn't enjoy that much. I just did it because I knew I could extract money from selling property. So I never gave up. I kept going, I kept learning, I kept watching. And there was one video, and I forgot what video it was. It had very, very little views on YouTube. It was purely about trading psychology, mindset, and risk management. And it was like 5 minutes long. If I could find a video, I'll put it down in the description. And I watched that video, and I watched it again, and I watched it again. I think I watched that video like 5 times in the space of 2 days, just trying to drill it into my mind about how important psychology is, about how important risk management is, and about how important growing your mindset is in trading. And for the next like 3 months, I did not trade. I had no money to trade, but I knew I wanted to make trading work. So I sat there and I worked on my mindset, my psychology, what triggers happen. So I sat there and thought, right, I went back through all these hundreds of trades that I did that lost money. And I went back through each one, every single day. Every hour I picked a new one. Because I was done with real estate. I wanted to make trading work. But I had to do real estate to earn money to make trading work. But at that point of time, real estate was going bad, trading was going bad, and I wanted to make trading work. So I took every trade and I looked through it, exactly what I did. Why did I enter? What happened? Why did I lose? Why did I win? And I went through everything. And it got to a point where I was taking at sometimes 20 trades per day. I was blowing prop firm accounts in one day. I was blowing live accounts with $500, $1,000 in straight away. And I kept losing, I kept losing, I kept losing. And then finally, I got a bit of commission from real estate. That whole check went into trading. And I spent over 3 months working on my psychology, my mindset, how to manage my risk properly. But what did I do? The first amount of money that I spent on a prop firm account, it was an FTMO 100K. I full ported it. I had that rush. I wanted to start earning money as quickly as possible. I kept doing it. And again, I probably lost about another 4 FTMO accounts, 100K accounts in the space of a week, which was terrible. Like, I just, after 3 months of trying to improve my psychology only, I just couldn't improve. I couldn't pass an account. I couldn't get a payout. I couldn't extract money from the markets. And it drove me absolutely crazy. And it got to a point where, you know, I was ready to give up on everything, on real estate, on Dubai, on trading, everything. And I did. I took like a month off, another month off, forcing myself not to trade. And then what happened was, it was really weird. Just something came across me. There's no rush. And just take it small. And just take one trade a day. That was it. One trade a day. And this was about a year and a half now, 2 years ago. I took one trade a day for a week. I passed my first eval of FTMO, my first challenge phase for FTMO. I then had to wait 2 days to get access to the verification challenge. The next week, I passed that in 5 days on the Friday. The next week, I started trading a 100K account. I got up to 3K in profit. You have to wait 14 days for a payout with FTMO. I then waited, I did not place another trade, and I got that payout. And that was one of the best feelings that you could possibly get. Your first payout. It honestly is a really good feeling. But now you've got your first payout, you've also proven that trading can work. You've had a slice of what that life can feel like. So now you're sat there and you're like, right, how do I improve? How do I make money now? How do I make this amount consistently? And this is where I fumbled it again. I then brought a load more accounts with that payout. I then was overconfident. I had a big ego because I got my first payout. It was 3K, so quite a lot for a first payout. And I blew everything because I tried to brush it. So I had to go back again and again and again and again. And finally, it started to work. And after that 3K payout, I then got like a 1.5K payout. But then 2 weeks later, I got a 2K payout. The week after that, I think it was around 1K again. Or 2 weeks after, it was around 1K again. It started to come consistently. Every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, there started to be 1K, 2K rolling in. Then I started to purchase more accounts. And with FTMO, so I had 2 accounts running at the same time. Then I wanted to explore different prop firms, such as Top Step and Futures. And these payouts started to increase more and more and more. And around this time, I quit my job at real estate. I was done with it. And I had a real passion for supercars and cars. So I started working in a car dealership. However, I was there for around 9 months to a year. And I was sat at these kiosks and I was just trading all the time, just trading, trying to do as much as I possibly could to quit my job. And then the time finally came where I knew that I was earning way more in trading than I was working my job. And the next step for me was to quit. So in Dubai, there are no notice periods. You go into your work and you just say, today's my last day, and that's it. That's exactly what I did. And I got home. No, I didn't even have to work that day. I went in the morning. 1 hour later, I was back at home. And I was sat there. I finally quit my job. And that feeling is amazing. It really, really is. However, the pressure that then hit me was insane. I knew I could extract money from the markets consistently at this point. I knew I could cover my rent, my bills, my car payments. However, now you know that trading is your only source of income. You need to win. You need to have green days. And the first trade I took, I remember this. The first trade I took when I started trading full time, I quit my job. It was on the same day as well. I wanted to have a good start, and it wasn't. I lost. And it was quite a big loss as well. I couldn't take that. So I traded again straight after. And I almost blew my account. I got into a lot of down draw from that day. And I had to sit there and think, what the hell have you done? But until you quit your job, you won't understand the pressure. The day you quit changes immensely. Every loss that you were used to taking feels heavier. Every win, you want to close it early. You just want to secure the profit. And that's what I did for the first month, at least. I was just sat there stressing that trading had to pay my bills. I had to survive purely by extracting money from the markets, which I did. I had a green month, the first month of full-time trading. And thankfully, I've had green months for the past 7. Some have been higher, some have been lower. But I just wanted to say that it is possible. You know, I was not the smartest. I did not go to university. I worked in sales jobs. I managed to claw myself out of sales jobs. I managed to start my own company here in Dubai for day trading. I can day trade full time and I have the freedom. And that's why when I make these videos for you, all my other videos are about trading psychology. They're about trading mindset, because that is what made me profitable. It wasn't the strategy. My strategy is really, really simple. Really simple. And the thing that made me profitable was the mindset, was the psychology. If I didn't change that, I wouldn't be sitting here today making this video. But I'm 7 months into day trading full time. I'm my own boss. I have my own company set up. I'm 22. I started trading when I was 18. As soon as I could make a broker account, I did. And for 2.5 years, I lost a tremendous amount of money. Then I clawed it all back. Then I started to make it work. And now it finally is working. And it's not what you see online. It's not Lambos, it's not penthouses. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment in an area called Damak Hills in Dubai. I have a decent car, but again, it's not a Lambo, it's not a supercar. I don't own any luxury watches, nothing like that. But what it does give me is freedom. It's freedom to do what I want. It's freedom to make my own money. It's freedom where I don't have anyone telling me what to do. That's one thing I couldn't understand when working, is you have to ask permission to have your days off. It's weird. Now, if I don't want to trade or don't want to work that day, I simply do not. So you can all do it as well. I don't hide anything. I make $0 from making content. I'm not at that level yet. So you know that all my income is coming from trading, and all my payouts from when I quit my job are all posted on my Instagram. So it is possible. And if you don't quit, if you keep going, I promise you that it will work. It will work out. A day will come where you can quit your job. The day will come where you are making enough money to sustain yourself from trade. It doesn't have to be 10K a month. It just needs to be what, I say 2 to 3 times your outgoings. What's your rent? What's your bills? You can do 2 or 3 times more than that from trading consistently, you're good to go. And if you don't quit, if you keep going, even when times are tough, even when the stress is insane, when you want to, throw your phone across the room, when you want to destroy your laptop, when you just want to stop, that's the best time to keep going. But only if you are working on improving every day. If you're not trying to improve every day, then you trying to quit your job, you're not going to get there. However, if you do every day, try to push, get that 1% better, you will be able to do this full time. I promise you, because I did. And if you want help, I built a website for you guys to use, all about trading psychology, mindset, risk management. It's completely free to use. You can join my free Telegram group. The link is on my website. You've got a free trading plan generator for you guys to use, a free trading journal for you guys to use, and a trading playbook on the 10 most important psychological factors that you need to know about when learning to day trade. So if you want access to that, all the links are in the description. So I hope to see you use that. And I know this was a slower, rawer video than I would usually put out, but if you want to subscribe, please feel free to do that. If you like the video, please feel free to like. And so all of this week, I'm going to be hosting a long form video all about psychology and mindset and how to improve. But this is just a video of where I come from and how I come to do this full time, and how it is possible for you guys to do it. And I know that at least 90% of you, the reason why you're failing is your psychology. So this week, we're going to have a really, really strong push on improving your mindset.